Hey guys, welcome in here for another episode of Reality Rocket League here. Another regular season week one games kicking off here for you. And I'm joined here with Cubics. How you doing today, Cubics?
I'm doing great, thanks. Good to be here and excited to get some high quality Adept games for you today.
Yeah, definitely. So the first game that we're going to be covering here in just a moment, 7:45, is going to be the Knights versus the Retroshocks. So again, I personally don't know much about these teams, and here just getting into week one, there's not a lot of stats here for these teams, but we can see they get a pretty high salary there. But it looks like on the Knights roster, we're going to have Vin, Lil Rigger, 22, DeSirius, and Rennie over there. So I'm not sure the starting three there, but then of course the away team, we've got Reaper, Lauden, Aspect, and Skies. So based on names, you have any predictions there, Cubics? I'm sure you're in the same boat as me, as well as, not knowing too much about the teams here.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you on that one, but it should be an interesting game. Just looking at some of the MMRs here, the only name of the day that I recognize is Lauden coming over from RLPC. He's a pretty good player and should fit in well if they decide to play him. He is the lowest salary on that Retroshocks team, though, so we'll see if he'll end up being the sub for that team and see how they tend to play things out. But you're mentioning earlier that the Knights don't seem to have a solid three. Their top player, Ven, is at a 14.5 salary, and the rest of the squad is between 12.5 and 13 salary. So it'll be interesting to see what squad they go with today.
Let's see. If I had to take a guess or a random pick based off of teams and names, I'm going to go with the Retroshocks. No real reason. Just randomly.
That's fair. Looking at basically just the MMRs, I would tend to lean the same way, but the difference between the two rosters here, assuming that they go with the three highest MMR from, is only a 0.5 in terms of salary. So it should be a very close game, but I think it'll really come down to who has the best chemistry right off the bat here as we start season 0 off with a bang.
Yeah, look to see, who makes those aggressive plays, where the demos are at, how the rotations coming into play. Obviously team comms are a huge thing when it comes to Rocket League. So obviously, as we get prepared here, rotations are going to be huge. Who's capitalizing on those mistakes? And again, just looking for an exciting gameplay. Excited to be here casting. This is my first time here with Reality Rocket League. So again, excited to be here with Cubics. And at the moment, we're just kind of waiting on everybody to get loaded in here. Aspect and the crew loaded in. So match one, guys, underway. And here's the kickoff going in Sky's favor. Tucked across, but there's Little Rig up and tight met with Aspect, who does win that in the air there. Now tucked into the corner, pushing toward this gray side here. And there's looks like Reaper across mid. There's Skies on the touch. Back toward the goal in a hurry. It's up top and just high. There's Rennie on the D. Now again across mid here. There's Reaper with a little touch. Rennie playing D. Excellent save from him. Pushed across the midfield here, and back and forth we go. Both teams looking pretty well here at the attack. The pressure from both teams seems to be high pace thus far here. Pressing in now, 4:23. Neither team with a goal, as Rennie is just a little slow on that one. Then with a touch and back to Reaper, but not quite the touch she wanted here. Still 0-0 Cubics, and neither team has scored here with 4:11 remaining.
Lots of good offensive pressure here early from the Retroshocks, who are in yellow, and the Knights are in that black today. But lots of good offensive pressure here early. We'll see what the Knights can get doing on this first real possession that they have. And we'll see if Rennie can keep it in here. But no, it's cleared right back out by the Retroshocks, and they are looking strong offensively early.
Yeah, now just in front of the goal, but nobody able to tuck it in, and there's Reaper. What a score! Now up by one with 3:45 remaining, and you'll see it here again. I don't really know what happened there with a mishap in front of the goal, Cubics, but Reaper are able to capitalize.
Oh, catastrophe in the front. The defense just breaks down, and the Retroshocks are left wide open to find that top corner. Not looking so hot on that defensive play are the Knights. But as I say that, coming back the other way, the Knights find a kickoff goal and an early response here off the ceiling.
Yeah, phenomenal touch there by Little Rigger just to tuck it into that corner of the net there. And find themselves with an equalizer. 3:39 remaining here as the next kickoff is underway, and Ben is able to come on top of that one as Sky's waiting patiently, ready with the touch there. Aspect looking to push it out, and a little bit of a double commit there coming out from this yellow team. Across the center, there's Ben, but nobody able to capitalize as Reaper now with a clear and a good clear at that on a huge demo. Can he capitalize? No, there's Ben with a save, and now Sky's looking to push it back in here across the mid. Ben with a touch, and Reaper looking to keep it in, but here's Reddy, who is able to get it over the head of Reaper there, but Aspect able to fire it back toward this goal, and both teams a lot of high-pace action here. Reaper comes away with another demo, tucked into the corner of yellow here as Aspect goes up, and Little Rig has to bounce around. Reddy now with a touch into the corner across the center, and no, there's Sky. Reaper able to push it out here, and again, it seems they're having some double commit issues here early on, Cubics, for this yellow team.
Yeah, some defensive struggles here as a shot off the bar. Then can't quite get it in. Woo, very close opportunity, but as you said, the Retroshocks haven't been on defense for all that much time, but their defense looking a little bit rocky right now as we hit the halfway point, and we'll see if the Knights can capitalize on this offensive pressure. It doesn't look like they will here, but still in harm's way right now. Not looking good. Finally, the Retroshocks get a clear, and they'll be lucky to get out of their end.
Yeah, Rennie able to go up, get a touch here. Rigger battling in the middle, but Skies does get the better of that one. Aspect with a 50, goes up high and dry, and there's Reaper with a little missed touch. Tries to direct it to the center. There's Sky waiting. Aspect goes up, not quite enough. Wide open goal. Can Reddy capitalize? And he does. Now up 2-1 here with 1:54.
That can't feel good if you're the Retroshocks. A complete defensive breakdown on the rotational side of things for the Retroshocks allows that wide open net. And they are now down by 1 goal with just under 2 minutes on the clock. They have the ability in the offense. They just need to hold it and get some possession here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, there's plenty of time left on this clock. You want to see a little more of them aggressive plays. You got to make something happen here as Black has been in control of this ball here, but Aspect with a touch and then near goal off the post. Oh, what a shot.
that can't feel good. That was such a nice play, too. What a save by Rinnie coming off the top of the net. Squishy save. And the Knights are doing everything they can to keep this ball out of the net, but Retroshocks setting up such a nice play, but just finds the post instead of the back of the net. They're going to be wanting that back if this one falls the way of the Knights.
Yeah, Aspect looking to be back on the attack here. Now Sky across the center. There's the chance, and Little Rig with an excellent save. Goes up, misses that touch there. Now Aspect with the battle. Gets the favorable touch. Across towards the center above the goal. Here it is, Sky. Unable to get the touch that's needed. Back across the center. There's Reaper. And it's high and dry again in front of the goal, but Little Rig able to go up and bust it out here. Then as well, look at the touch and being across the center onto this yellow side. Sky's retreating in D, but again, not quite the touches they need here as Reaper is able to get a good one before Reddy slaps her back across the center. 30 seconds remaining here, down by 1 goal, and he's trying to put the nail in the coffin here as time is ticking away. Aspect trying to do something in the corner, but this Black team is absolutely relentless, and there it is. What a goal.
Talk about relentless offense. Knights putting on a clinic there with 4 or 5 shots within the last 45 seconds. Beautiful offensive pressure from the Knights, and they take a 2-goal lead with 20 seconds, and it looks like they'll be able to claim game 1.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to come back from this with just 20 seconds remaining. Hopefully come away with a goal, get some more momentum going into that next game. But honestly, I mean, both teams were very aggressive here in this first game, which you like to see. You like to see that nonstop movement. The rotations were there all in all, but I think some of the more key mistakes we saw coming from the Retroshocks there, we saw a lot of those double commits, especially going up high in the air with those double commits. Just allowing the Knights to capitalize with ease there and get those couple extra goals.
Yeah, the offensive pressure from the Knights at the end was relentless, and they seem to have, even though they had one less shot than the Retroshocks that game, scoring 9-8 in that category. The Knights seem to have a lot more quality chances come the second half of that game, which I think was what really propelled them to that lead. And their defense was stellar as well, making 6 saves, 2 for each player on the Knights team, showing a really well-rounded defensive ability. But even though they do have all those saves, the Retroshocks never felt like they had a super dominant and dangerous offense for the first half when they really didn't have the offensive pressure. They looked good, but just couldn't get the great opportunities that they needed to win this game.
Yeah, I think that's where those double commitments came in to haunt them as well. And you see the 3 saves versus the 6. I think that was a little issue with the rotations there as well. So we saw a little bit better rotations coming out from the Knights, able to capitalize on those minor mistakes. So we look to see Retroshot, kind of correct those minute details here going into game 2, add a little more pressure, see if we can get some more demos coming out, and see if we can tie this series up 1-1.
Definitely what they'll look to do to gain some momentum here early, possibly another early goal like we saw last game, but they need to keep up that offensive pressure. At this point, their defensive rotations are not looking so hot, so hopefully they can come back and get more offensive pressure and keep the ball out of their end where they're struggling severely right now.
All right, well, game 2 underway here as the 5-minute clock ticks down and the ball across midfield, favoring neither team here as Vin does get the touch. Reaper with a little weak touch there, not quite the one he wanted, and now Aspect misses one as well, and Rennie has the ball into the corner looking for the clear. There's Sky with the pressure, Aspect as well with a follow-up and the touch. Floating here in front of the black goal, and it's the Retroshocks looking to get an early goal. Now back the other way, and Aspect with an excellent save as the pressure from both teams is already here and here early. Now Sky pressing down across midfield. There's Rennie. Touch of his own across toward Ben as Ben looks to keep the pressure rolling, and the save is there, pressing back out the other way, but really Cubic back and forth nonstop here early.
Non-stop is exactly right. It's been booming clear on net after booming clear on net. Is a touch here, dangerous in the middle, but they won't find the back of the net. Aspect getting the clear on that one, taking the pressure off again. But again, back and forth has been the story of this first minute here, and we'll see if any team can get some sustained pressure, because we've seen in the last game that both teams need a little bit of sustained pressure in order to get that goal to go in, and we'll see if either team can make that happen here.
Yeah, right now Sky's on that advance. The ball is going to get cleared out and maybe over Aspect's head here as he does get the touch off the wall. There's Rennie looking to touch it in for teammate Ben with the fake out possibly. Here's Sky up top. Everybody kind of whiffing here, not really getting the touch they needed or wanted. As Aspect pops it over the head of Little Rig and presses into the black territory here. There's Rennie looking to clear it out. Now the pressure's there. Ben and the demo coming out from Skies. Could be huge, but unable to capitalize off that as the ball is tucked into this yellow corner, and the black team remains to keep this relentless pressure. The Knights, phenomenal display of pressure here thus far in the first 2 minutes, Q.
Definitely that second minute of the game was all Knights, but a defensive rotation. I think there was a demo on that too. Leaves the net wide open, and Skies is there, able to capitalize on an odd bounce off the corner that just couldn't be read by the Knights.
Yeah, phenomenal play coming away with that early goal, creating some pressure up by 1. 3 minutes though, plenty of time here. Look to see if they can keep this momentum rolling here as the kickoff is underway. Here's Skies over the head, and there it is with another quick goal.
This is huge for the Retroshocks, getting a 2-goal lead here. Skies with a nice touch, just barely beating Ven on that one, and just a kickoff goal. What can you say about that? Just a great play from the Retroshocks, and now they got a 2-goal lead. Definitely something that they'll look to keep the momentum going into this last 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is what you want to see after that Game 1 loss. The pressure is here, the early lead. Now they just got to maintain that, and play smart. Keep those rotations, don't over-aggress, don't double commit like we did in that first game. And let's ride this out for the win, 2-0 here, so it is their game to win. The pressure's on, though. Little Rigger down into the corner here. Rennie's going to miss that ball. Reaper now on the possession and down into the corner of the Knights. Across the center, and Sky is feeling it with 3 already and a hat trick on the day.
Big hat trick for Skies as well. A great read off that awkward ceiling touch, but beats the entirety of the Knights defense. One in the corner trying to go for the first ball. Misread it. 2 goalies. No problem. Skies finds the back of the net and up 3-0. Retroshocks looking good here, but the one thing that my dad always said was that if they can do it in the first half, you can do it in the second. And we'll see if that rings true for the Knights here. They can't give up now.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. If they can do it, you can too, if not better. So we'll see if they're able to maintain that pressure. But again, we don't see too many double commits there. There was one, however, from Reaper and Aspect, but it's not going to come back to Hunt him. Aspect with the touch, now across the front of the goal here. Rigor able to stop him. But again, this ball floating across mid, a dangerous position to be in. It's Skies with a touch, and he's been absolutely deadly this game thus far here. Now 3-0 with 1:40 remaining, and well, the Knights, frankly, are going to have to start to create some more pressure, trying to get a goal here soon because time is ticking away and a line drive. But Sky is there with a save, and you got to believe Skies is most likely going to be the MVP here of this game too, Cubics.
Definitely looks like it, and if the game doesn't give it to him, he should have it anyway. He's got a save and the hat trick, and just playing fantastically this game. But one other thing I noticed looking at the score sheet right now is that the Knights and Retroshocks have a combined 7 shots, and 4 of them coming from Skies, 3 of them finding the back of the net. Not a great look here for the Knights defense that was so strong last game. Not looking the same at all this one.
Yeah, and I haven't really been able to pinpoint what they might be doing wrong. I haven't seen too many errors on rotations. I haven't seen too many double commits from them. So really, Retroshocks just coming out swinging this second game and swinging hard, able to capitalize. Now 3-0, and the performance they put on here thus far has been very exciting. As another goal is scored here, and we'll see it again. Aspect coming in with the fierceness.
The Knights are falling apart on defense. I'm really not sure what's up with their defense right now. 4 shots for Skies and 2 for Aspect. 6 total for the Retroshocks. And 4 goals. Make it 5 as Reaper converts there as well. 7 shots, 5 goals.
See both men right there going up yet again. That double commit from the Knights side there. And, with only 30 seconds left here, you're going to try to at least get 1 goal, come away with something here because you want to get something going in this next game. Figure out what went wrong here for you in game 2 because this is a completely different game than what we saw here in game 1, Cubics.
Definitely a very different looking game. A lot more booming clears, which has evidently gone in the Retroshocks' favor here, but we'll see if the Knights can come back and more play their game coming in to this game 3, but game 2 is going to be in the favor of the Retroshocks, and they'll tie up this best of 5 1-1.
Yeah, and again, the Knights unfortunately were kind of bunching up there. You saw again in the corner, they kind of coagulated together, and just kind of being on top of each other is not what you want to see from them. The rotations that first game were very on point, but it looks like they've kind of stumbled a little bit here in game 2. Let's see if they can briefly talk amongst themselves and get it wrapped up for game 3 here. But again, who knows now after seeing that first game, Knights performing very well. Now the Retroshocks coming out, and it could be anybody's game at this point.
It really could. I think the Knights just need to step up their offense. They had pressure for a very short period there in that second minute of the game between 4 and 3 minutes on the clock. They had a lot of offensive pressure, but never made any dangerous shots. And that was really their only offensive possession time. And we didn't see any more of it from them the rest of the game. And they never really looked dangerous again. And after that, the Retroshocks went on their tear. And in the last 3 minutes, put in those 5 goals. Just not really a good look for the defense of the Knights and not able to get out of their own end, especially.
Yeah, I think they knew that they had to be more aggressive, but I think they were doing it at the wrong times. We saw a lot of double commits that second half as well. And I think due to that over aggressiveness, in the wrong moments or at the wrong times, might have cost them that game there. I mean, it was quite the performance from Retroshocks, really dominating there. So I look forward to game 3, see who comes out on top. Right now, tied up 1-1. And the kickoff is underway. Here's Skies and Rennie. going in the favor of Knights, and Little Rig off the wall, able to put something on it. Of course, Retroshocks waiting to kick it out here. Nice little clear as Reaper gets a touch of his own, and back the other way now across the wide open goal. But Little Rigger is there to press it out, and of course with a nice demo as well. And now the pressure again back onto this yellow side here, and a quick early goal from Rennie.
Absolutely huge for the Knights, gaining back some momentum here, getting themselves back in the play after being shut out 5-0 in that last game. This goal early for them shows that they can make their offense work when they need to, and gives them some confidence to play more of their game.
Yeah, phenomenal for them to just come out swinging early, much like Retroshocks did last game. So a quick early 1-0 lead here as the pressure is on for 24. And Skies looking to create some more opportunities, seeing if he can get something going. Last game, that early hat trick leading his team to that victory there. And now, again, the Knights back down in this yellow corner. There's Reaper up with a touch and a good clear, but Rennie able to put her back in here. And now Skies back and forth the other way, going to drop in front of the goal here. And this is dangerous as Reaper slams it in.
Tie game just like that. Super unfortunate touch, I think, off the backboard there. And Vin not getting the touch that he wanted at all. Looked like he wanted to get the clear to the corner. Couldn't do it. It hits his wheels, falls straight down, and Reaper is there to pick up the pieces, and the Retroshocks tie it up very quickly.
Yeah, it's important to capitalize on plays like that, and here they're doing just that as Aspect looking to dunk another one on from a great pass from Sky. Intercepted here early, then with another touch, looking to press it out the other way, and there's Skies off the wall. Touch across the center, but Rennie with a line drive, and Reaper somehow comes away with an excellent save. Now back down into the Knights corner. Here's Little Rig up off the top wall, no. Now the ball's bouncing around. Rennie is going to get the favorable touch as it's now down on the yellow side here, and a little high off the crossbar, but then tag team back again. Whoop, there it is.
Whoop indeed, a fantastic pass from Rennie off the backboard. Ven reads that perfectly. I think even pre-jumped it there. And just a beautiful play from the Knights as an entire team to really be able to put that one in, and definitely playing more of their game this game, and a lot closer, a lot more game one feel from the Knights.
Yeah, again, 2-1 here now. This just goes to show you it's anybody's game. Both teams are doing a great job with pressures here back and forth. Knights on top right now. 3 minutes remaining as Little Rigger looks to make another attack, but it's going to be Reaper now on the counterattack. Down into the black side, up off the wall and across the center, but then with a nice touch to push it out, and there's Sky, but just wide and unable to get the touch he needed. Now across the center the other way, Aspect for the clear, looking to press it out in a hurry, and he does get the touch over Rennie, and here they come. The attack is on. Van tries to get the save, but that is unfortunate.
Oh, that doesn't feel good. That can't feel good. Own goal. Oh, that's never how you want to tie up the game, and he'll be wanting that one back 1,000 times if this game ends up in OT, or even the Retroshocks winning this one by 1 especially would feel bad. But Knight playing well on offense, and we'll see if they can keep that up.
Yeah, he had to try to get some pressure on that ball, though the ball most likely going to go in either way, and here's Skies. Absolutely on fire since game number 2. And you'll see it here again. Making quick, easy work of the line drive. It looked like might have been a miss over there on the Knight side, Cubics.
Yeah, not super great defense on that play, but the defense is something that I think both teams are going to need to work on here. Not looking super solid on either side. Lots of goals in this contest, and it's really an offensive slugfest as we see the defensive rotations from both teams looking a little bit rocky, but not unexpected. Shot on, and Aspect finds it off the post. Beautiful shot, and the Retroshocks up 2-0 here after a slow start.
Yeah, I mean, the Knights coming out 2-0, now 4-2, and Retroshocks are really just hammering at home here. They're really starting to look like a force to be reckoned with here. 4-2, 2:15 remaining as Reaper already on this attack, and this is just a completely opposite team from that first game. The rotations, the comms have got to be on point. And here we go, another attack. Sky with a shot and a near miss just wide and to the right. Back the other way, there's Aspect, but a double commit coming out here from Retro.
No! Oh, what a save, Reaper! Sorry to cut you off there, but my goodness, Reaper, out of nowhere, finds that save, and that's the second time I think he's made a hero save for the Retroshocks. But one thing that the Retroshocks, I can tell by the plays that they're making, is that their comms are better than the Knights right now. They're going and looking for these passing plays, something the Knights aren't particularly doing, and they're not double committing as much. As I say that, they do double commit there, but they do seem to have the better, more fluent comms, and those passing plays are something that we're going to need to look out for come game 4 and 5 if we get there.
Yeah, and the Knights might have to find a way to answer to Skies here. I mean, the whole team playing well this second game, but Skies has been really creating a lot of opportunities, even when not scoring goals, creating a lot of opportunities here for Retroshock. And as the ball floats across the center, Aspect able to fire it into the corner. And yet again, they're up 5-2 here with 59 remaining.
Not a good look for the defense of the Knights yet again. This is 2 games in a row. They've let in 5 goals. And I honestly could see the Retroshocks putting in another 1, maybe 2 here in the closing minute. But 11 goals in 3 games, not looking super great here are the Knights.
Yeah, I mean, Knights, that great first game for them, but the Retroshocks now just really starting to look like that better team here as they show the consistency here in game 3, now up by 3 goals. There's 38 seconds left and the clock ticks away, and Sky looking to get another opportunity is ready with a touch off the wall, and this one goes in, not sure how.
Me neither, honestly. That pinch, so unfortunate from Skies, but Rennie plays it well and ends up getting a lucky angle off the boards there. And 34 seconds, probably too low for them to make a comeback, but the Knights have a little bit of a feel-good story here at the end of this game, assuming they can hold that last goal.
And now into the corner of the yellow team here in a hurry, though, as Reaper goes up, and neither man really getting the touch they wanted there. Rennie now trying to regain control. Nice little air dribble there, but Sky waiting there on the defense. Aspect goes up and gets a touch of his own just over the head of Rennie, and 10 seconds to tick away. And it looks like Retroshocks here is going to take game number 3, going to put them up 2-1.
Big lead for the Retroshocks, especially considering that they dropped that first game, and the 5-goal performances in both these last 2 games is absolutely huge as well. That the confidence that they gain from just putting in that much offensive pressure. Aspect this time with the hat trick. I'm gonna shout him out a little bit here, but very good play on the offensive end on only 4 shots. They have 5 goals. Not sure what Rocket League means by that, but still, great offensive pressure.
Ben had that own goal, so they have an extra goal there, I believe.
I mean, you have to talk about, assuming that own goal as well, you have to talk about, like, the Knights' defense, because if they have 4 shots and Retroshocks actually scored 4 of their own goals, that ratio is not good at all, and you can't continue to play like that, especially with this low shot total. That's not sustainable at all on the defensive end, and they're going to need to step it up on that defensive end to make sure they're not letting in this many goals on that few shots.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in that first game, all the members of the Knights were able to come away with 2 saves, but I think just in these last 2 games combined, I think they only have a total of 1 save between the 2 games. So that defense has really started to kind of fall apart. Retroshocks maybe taking advantage of that. And we'll look to see if the Knights can get it together here in game number 4.
We'll see if Retroshocks can put up another 5-goal game here, which would give them an average of 4 goals a game over every game in this series, and that would be huge because that is a lot of goals. Usually you see maybe about 2 average-ish, and they'd almost be doubling that if they were able to put up another 5-goal game here.
All right, well, here we are again underway, and Sky looking to get the attack on there early as the pressure is down onto this Knight side. Just over the head of the Reaper, though. The rigger goes up, and Sky on the defense has just been absolutely all over this ball here today. Aspect with a touch of his own, able to get the clear back to the other side. There's Ben with a 50, and does get the better touch there. Now Aspect goes up, tries to get a little side flick action as it goes back towards this yellow side here, and Now Reaper able to push it out, but surprisingly a minute in this game, and neither team has scored yet thus far.
For once, it seems that we don't have an early goal here. But it seems like the Knights are getting the clears that they need, but don't have the follow-up touches, really, to make a dangerous offense happen here, as they haven't gotten set up. And as I say that, a missed touch off the wall, and Rennie finds the back of the net.
Yeah, phenomenal play there to just, again, we talk about capitalizing on those mistakes when you can, and Sky just not getting the touch off that back wall. Rennie able to tuck her into the corner there and come up for the Knights here. An early 1-0 lead here for them finally. Again, I believe last game they had a 1-0 lead, and it came back to Hanum, and you open your mouth, and that's what happened. Reaper takes full advantage here, and now we have the equalizer at 3:47.
Well, that's unfortunate. Precisely 2 seconds on the clock go away, and the Retroshocks have already tied the game, basically playing a 3-minute, 45-second game at this point. Basically a wash of the first 1:15, and we'll see if what team is going to have that momentum come these last 3.5 minutes.
That can be tough, too, when you have that early lead, and then you know, you're finally doing well as a team here. You worked so hard for that goal, and then just like that, the wind is taken out of your sails. Now they're looking to get another attack going here, but Sky on that press. Back and forth across the center, the ball floating in midfield here now. Here's Rennie with a touch up off the wall, looking to create some more opportunities for the Knights, but Reaper looking to get the flip reset across the center. Both teams grabbing a touch here as well. And there's Little Rigger up across the corner, now into the center, but Rennie and Little Rig both fighting for it. Rennie, or excuse me, Vin is able to capitalize on that goal. And now 2-1.
Looked like another double commit there, and Skies just pushed too far forward for the Retroshocks, and the Knights up with another 2-1 lead. They had that last game. After scoring that second goal with about the same amount of time on the clock, you know what the Retroshocks did? They scored 4 straight. So we'll see if they can do the same thing here, as their offense has been absolutely deadly, led by that man right there who just took the shot, Skies. And we'll see if he can have another wonderful performance in this game.
Yeah, Sky, and then I believe Aspect had a hat trick as well last game, so both performing very well here on this attacking side as they find themselves here down by a goal with 2:30 remaining, and now the ball's going to drop in front of the nets here. And it nearly falls in. I don't know what happened there, but an excellent save nonetheless, escaping from what could have been an awful, awful goal. Whew, avoiding a near catastrophe there is the Knights. Now the ball back across the center, tucked into the corner of yellow, as Rennie looks to keep the attack going here. Aspect now with the touch, looking to get it clear across the center, just by Ben. And now the pressure is on. Sky rips one into the corner. And can this be the opportunity they need, as Little Rigger looks to press the other way? And again, 2-1. Are the Retroshocks going to be able to get this equalizer before 1:45?
The answer to that is no, but they do still have some good offensive pressure, and as we've seen, they've been able to convert quite a bit on this tonight's defense in the last few games. We'll see if they can do it again here. The pass is back to Skies, who's been pretty deadly. Aspect as well, both good options, and quietly, Reaper has been also having a great game too. He's had a couple of goals in the last couple of games, a couple of assists, playing much more that third-man role, but coming up big when his team needs him to.
Just 1:10 here left in this game, as the Knights do find themselves up by 1, looking to press to a game 5. And again, here's Rennie with a touch across the center. There's Ben waiting, gets another nice touch as well, keeping the pressure down here. And the demo, near goal, but wow, I don't know how they were unable to put that one in, as it was floating right there in the danger zone. Retroshocks able to escape there. Now the pressure back onto the Knights side as Rennie looks to get the clear off the wall. Doesn't get the touch he wants. And now Reaper are able to pop it up. Then with an air miss. Now the other way, the flick, the shot. It's good. What a play.
Bang. Reaper coming in. Beautiful side flick there. And that is exactly what I mean when I say Reaper is having a very silent but deadly game. 2 saves in this game alone. and 2 goals on top of that as well. He has been the Retroshocks offense here in Game 4.
And what an exciting Game 4 it is, somehow with the equalizer with less than a minute now, 20 seconds here, ticking away as the yellow team keeps the pressure on, and Adept now Skies able to find a goal with 18 remaining. What is going on?
The Knights falling apart on defense here. Skies finding the back of the net, beating the keeper, and that might be the dagger that ends the Knights game today.
18 seconds remaining, plenty of time to get this equalizer. But they're going to have to keep that pressure on, all-out attack. And here it is, across in front of the yellow goal, just 10 seconds ticking away now, and here's the pressure. Vitt able to get a touch off the wall, but they are bunched up in the corner. That's unfortunate. Reaper with a clear, and there's Little Rigger. Vitt able to keep it up in the air, but the ball is going to drop. And 3-2, Retroshocks able to take it. Sorry, I think my mic cut out there for just a second. Whoa, what a game, man. Retroshocks battling back at the end to clutch that victory. 3 games to 1 in that best-of-5 series. Phenomenal gameplay from both teams, though.
Both teams played super well, and the Knights just getting the unfortunate side of almost everything in that game, just nothing going their way. And the Retroshocks ended up having just so much more offensive pressure. It just really was unfortunate. When the Retroshocks got that offensive pressure, it seemed like the Knights were not able to counterattack and really make it out of their own end, unfortunately. And that's kind of what killed them in this one.
I mean, the Knights, too, to win that first game and then the Retroshocks come back and grab 3. I definitely did not see that coming. But, man, the attack from the Retroshocks was relentless. They were peppering shots left and right. For the most part, the rotations were there. We did see some double commitment problems from both teams, more so early on with the Retroshocks as opposed to the Knights. But at any rate, Retroshocks able to correct their mistakes early in that Game 1, come out swinging, win 3 in a row, and win that series of 5 here as we get set up for that second series here with Cuba.